my first video of 2017, I'm so excited to announce I'll be doing a series. So I'm doing a series I've called As Seen on Pinterest. So I know I absolutely love Pinterest. I love pinning things to my beauty board and getting all these cool ideas as inspiration. But a lot of times when I pin my photos, I don't really do anything with it. Like, I never recreate the look. Sometimes the girls are just so beautiful and so gorgeous. Everything's like picture perfect, and it's so intimidating that I don't even want to try to recreate the look because I feel like I can't. So this look, I had you guys vote on Instagram and you picked this one as your favorite. It's funny because when I pinned the picture on Pinterest, I had no idea who the girl was. I just thought it was a pretty picture and I pinned it. So when I put it on Instagram, one of you guys actually knew who it was. It was Andrea's choice. So then I started following her on both Instagram and YouTube after you guys told me who it was. So that was really cool, and it was really funny because I actually found that she created a tutorial on this look, but on the picture she posted on Instagram, it looked like she had a dark berry lip and it looked like she had a matte smoky eye because of the way the angle of the photo was taken and the lighting that she used. In her tutorial though, she has a red lip on and she has gold, sparkly, kind of orangey eyeshadow. So I did my tutorial not based off the look she actually did on YouTube and the way the look looked in real life, but I based it off of the Pinterest picture, because in the Pinterest picture you see a berry lip and kind of a matte smoky brown eye. But basically, all this to say, the whole tutorial and the series is based off of these looks that are super glamorous and kind of intimidating when you're just looking at it to try to recreate, but I thought I'd recreate some of them to show you guys how it's pretty easy and realistic to achieve. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and let's get started. Alright, so while my face is soaking in my skincare, I already sit with primers. It looks really matte right now. I'm not sure why, because I use really hydrating primers on my cheeks, but it looks really, really dry. So forgive my skin for looking absolutely terrible. So while that is soaking in and my primers are soaking in, I'm going onto my eyes. Also, I apologize. I feel like I've used this palette a lot recently, especially for my holiday looks, but I really love it, so that's why I keep using it. It's the Too Faced Natural Matte Palette. I feel like with an all matte palette like this one, it's super easy just to wear every day with some of these more natural light shadows, but you can also really glam it up with these darker ones. Just apply my primer directly to my lid. I'm blending that in with my ring finger. So, starting off with my natural matte palette, I'm going to go in with Nudie. And I'm also taking that on my Morphe M441 brush. So I'm just going to lightly blend that shadow all over my lid. Next, taking my Morphe M433 brush, it's a little bit denser than the last brush I used. I'm going to go in with the color Cashmere Bunny and really just concentrate that right on this outer portion of my lid. Afterwards, I will go back in with my M411 brush just to start blending that back in again. Now in Andrea's photo, it doesn't look like she has too much of a smoky eye. In fact, it almost looks like this part is almost like a wing. Doesn't look like she applied a wing liner, but it does look sharpened. So I'll make sure after I apply all this eyeshadow to go back in and sharpen that up. Next, I'm taking a little bit of Risque or Risk. And I'm taking this on my MAC 220 rim brush. It's a lot thinner. I'm concentrating this on the outer corner of my eye and also in the middle section as well. I'm going back again with my Morphe M441 brush just to start blending that out and making sure it looks seamless. I'm even going to take a little bit of Sexpresso on my MAC 220 rim brush just to deepen this color up a little bit. So Andrea is definitely a lot tanner than I am. She has beautiful skin, so I will be doing more of a bronzy look. I probably won't be doing too over the top bronzy since I don't think I could ever achieve her glowy bronziness. Her skin is flawless, but it's not over the top contoured. So I am going to do more of like a light bronze, but since again the skin is not the focus, the eyes are not the focus, the bold lip is definitely the focus of her look that she created. So I'm going to go for more of a natural foundation look. So I'm taking 2 pumps on my foundation. I'm using the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, and I'm also using my Beauty Blender to blend this out. I'm also going to use a little bit of concealer today. I'm using my Naked Skin concealer from Urban Decay. I'll be concentrating this mainly underneath my eyes and around my nose area. I'll also put this on any trouble spots I may have right now too. Since Andrea did have a little bit more of a sharper eye look, it wasn't super soft and blended, it did almost look like a faux winged liner look. I will use my concealer too on my beauty blender just to kind of help sharpen my eye a little bit. Not a ton, but just a little bit. This will also help give you a lifted eye effect without having to do winged eyeliner. Okay, so before I put on my powder, I'm going to use a little bit of bronzer. I'm using the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel bronzer. And this bronzer, I feel like I'm using a lot of high-end products today, which by all means you don't need. These are things I saved up for in the past. I definitely did not purchase them all at once, otherwise I'd be broke. But I'm using my bronzer just to help give myself a little bit more bronzed look around my cheekbone area. So I'm just concentrating this right along my cheeks and pressing it into my skin. I'm not swiping it, I'm just pressing it. I'll bring it right along my forehead as well. To set my foundation, I am using a little bit of my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Compact. It's the foundation, powder foundation that goes with the liquid foundation I just applied to. I'm also taking this on my Sephora Pro Airbrush brush, number 55. While I'm not copying Andrea's exact brow shape today, I will be trying to achieve the similar brows that she has going on. So actually a lot of the times when I'm doing clients' brows, pardon how dirty this is going to be, but I use my Anastasia Pro Brow Palette. These are all of her brow powders that she has in her collection. And I use this a lot on my clients just because it shows up really well in photography. It's really matte and it's really natural too. You can really build it the way you want it to. You can make it as full or as light as you need to. So this is such a universal palette. I love using it all the time. So that's what I'll be using to recreate Andrea's brows because her brows are more on the natural side. Brushing them through with my spoolie, I'm using my Anastasia brush. Actually, the number's rubbed off, but it's a brush that looks just like this. It has the brush on the one side and it has the little spoolie on the other, just to brush through my brows. Then I will be taking the shade Dark Brown. I'll be using the lighter shade to kind of start to fill in. Since there's a little bit too much color, I will really use that color. Make it a little bit softer up front where your brows are a little more natural and sparse. And then I also blend that product through my brows. Then I'll take the darker shade out of the two and really concentrate that towards the back part of my brows, where they're a little bit thin. But again, I'm not trying to do a super intense brow, I'm just trying to lightly go over where my brow hairs naturally are. So that's about as natural and as dark as I'm gonna go on my brows. For my contour, oh not my contour, sorry, my bronzer, well, I guess it's kind of contour too, but wow, can't speak English. For my bronzer today, I'm using the Hoola bronzer from Benefit, there we go. I'm taking this on my Morphe M523 brush. If you guys notice I'm using a lot of Morphe brushes, it's because I recently did a little bit of a brush haul, so I'm trying to use some of the new brushes I got and I love them. I'm gonna concentrate this right along my cheekbone here. So first I'm gonna carve out my cheek and I'm gonna blend it upward. This will give me a really nice bronze and a kind of a soft contour too. Andrea's face does look really dewy and highlighted, so I'm going to be taking my Becca collaboration with Jaclyn Hill highlighting palette. I'm going to be taking the shade Champagne Pop on my Sigma Small Tapered Blending Brush, number E45. I'm taking a little bit of that and just dusting it right along the tip of my nose and along the midsection of my nose as well. This highlight's a little too intense. I just take my ring finger and blend it out a little bit. I'll also do my Cupid's bow, my chin, my cheekbones too. I'll also do a little bit underneath my brow bone as well. And on the inner corners of my eye. Time for the lips. So Andrea's lips, it looks like a deep maroon cranberry berry color, which I actually don't have. So I'm gonna basically take it as a deep berry color. So for me, I'm gonna start off by lining my lips with my MAC Whirl lip liner just to create a nice base before I put on my lipstick. Next, I will be taking Bite Beauty, and I'll be taking their lipstick in the shade Barberry. It looks like this, so it's a little more purpley than her lipstick looked, but I'm basically interpreting her lipstick as any sort of berry color, so that's why I'm taking this lipstick. So this look is almost done. I forgot a couple more things to my eyes and then we'll be done. So I noticed underneath her eyes she has a little bit of a tight line. So I'll be using the shade Cashmere Bunny and Espresso just to kind of recreate the tight line that she had underneath her eyes. Andrea is also definitely wearing eyeliner, so I'm taking my favorite Le Crayon Kohl from Lancome and I'll be tight lining my eyes and I'll be doing a light eyeliner on the top of my eyelids as well. And I will blend it out. And of course, I will be finishing off this look with some mascara and lashes. So the mascara I'm using today is the Maybelline The Colossal Volume Express Lash. I really love this mascara. I think I love about it so much as it really gives my lashes the volume that they need. The false lashes I'm using today are the House of Lashes Boudoir Mini Lashes. I've been obsessed with these lashes lately because they are the smaller version of the boudoir lashes, but they really fit my eye shape. I feel like I have smaller eyes and they just fit my eye shape so perfectly, so I've been wearing them all the time. And I'm also using my Thrive Cosmetics glue to put on my lashes. Once my top lashes are dry and my false lashes are on, I will be going back with that same mascara underneath my eyes to do my bottom lashes as well. And that's it for the tutorial. So I feel like it was actually a lot easier than I had anticipated. I know a lot of times when I'm pinning looks to Pinterest, I just think they look so gorgeous and sometimes unachievable because of the perfect lighting the girls have or the perfect skin. So I'm really glad I did this tutorial and did this collection of, or this idea of as seen on Pinterest. So it shows you guys how easy these looks are to recreate. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give it a big thumbs up down below if you did. Leave a comment too if there's any pictures on Pinterest that you find that you would love to have me recreate. So thank you guys again so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Hi guys and happy 2017! So my favorite